There's a couple of topics that I'm going to be focusing on. Number one is the unique perspective that young people bring to the workplace, and some of the challenges that that creates for employers that may be of a different generation, as well as some of the opportunities that it provides that maybe employers haven't realized. There's the obvious things like digital connectivity. Younger people use social media and use cell phones and things like that much more frequently in a much broader way than the older generations. Think about just using your cell phone at work. A lot of older employers would look at that and say, you're on the clock and you're supposed to be working for me, yet you're on your phone. You're checking Facebook, you're checking your email, you're talking to your friends. That's not appropriate. And in the older workplace, that really would be viewed as a disruption. At the same time, what you have to think about is younger people, number one, they may also be checking their work email at 9 o'clock from the couch at home, or doing training and things online out of work hours. At the same time, you have to think about the social impact that your employees can have as megaphones for your organization in social media. Yes, they may be on Facebook, but if they've liked your company and their job on Facebook, they're actually becoming a conduit for getting your name out there. There's also some of the things you may not think of, that the younger people really have been exposed to much more economic turmoil in their life. If you think about just since the kind of Generation Y went through high school, the number of economic difficulties, collapses, crises, wars, there's almost a bunker mentality to this generation. One of the big challenges is that this younger generation is not looking specifically for just pay and benefits. They're looking for a complete package that includes the impact that they can have, the meaningful aspect of their work. They're looking for challenges. They want to learn and grow as well as get paid. They want flexibility in scheduling, in mobile device usage, and they want feedback, much more feedback than maybe previous generations were used to giving. The challenge to the employer is these people like difficult work, and they want to be engaged and they want to learn something new, but they're also willing to take on projects and take leadership roles and take ownership. If you think about feedback, giving someone constant feedback can seem unnecessary, or even like you're dealing with someone that's overly needy, but at the same time it allows you to correct actions on the fly. So constant feedback also allows for constant correction in production or whatever your job industry is. From a flexibility standpoint, yes, we want to have more access to our schedule. We want to be able to have a flexible schedule and time management that fits our lifestyle. At the same time, we're willing to do things outside of traditional work hours that previous generations may not have been comfortable with. The do's would include provide as much flexibility as possible in scheduling and in device usage and in the work-life balance. Also provide as much feedback, constant, ongoing feedback, as much as possible, every day, if possible, every week, certainly. Some of the don'ts would be repetitive jobs. Anything that's simplistic and is distilled down to just following a task is going to create boredom, and you're going to lose the engagement of the people. I would also say another difficult way to think about it, but important, is the impact that your company or your organization has. Younger people will work for a compelling social good, and they will be turned off if a company does not seem to have any social impact. There's an interesting quote from the Chief Human Resource Officer at Google. He says, Generation Y isn't completely different than older generations. They just simply are willing to ask for the things that everyone else wants.